Welcome back to the rest of the story. Here is something that hasn't happened a whole lot in the last handful of years, and that would be putting the 630 on the 7600. Mostly because we've had the 46 and the 8235 to put onto the 630. Now the 76, out of the three tractors, we're not going to include the 4020 because the 4020 I know for a fact wouldn't be able to pull this in the ground. But we can use it for moving it around the buildings, I guess. But the 76 of the three larger tractors is probably the least capable of pulling this efficiently through the field. As you can see right now, going up this field road, look directly back behind the tractor and ahead of the disc, you can see that the tires are digging in. Now I do have the front wheel assist on, but let's just call it what it is, and the front tires in my 76 are due for a change. Now, when I first got this 630, I got it for the intention of buying the 630 originally was I wanted something around that I could use for working down corn stalks in the fall. I've said it in the past that I used to have an old, I got the receipt here somewhere. It was an old case disc. I don't know the number off the top of my head, but it was light. The wings were, it was a style where each individual wing had its own individual cylinder, and they had no weight to them. They rode on top of the ground. They would not stay in the ground. That's even on chiseled ground. So it did not leave a very pretty seed bed, and I was overall really unhappy with it. I had it for, I believe, 2 years. Might have been 3. And ultimately I went with this. Now you can see on this John Deere, this is what I wanted in the first place, but early on I really just bought what I could find. And long story short, I ended up with that red thing. But the wings on the 630 are a lot heavier. They each have its one individual cylinder for each side. The heavier wings, the heavier built machine allows it to stay in the soil better. It does not ride quite so much. It does a little bit on uneven ground. I was doing a waterway, and I was noticing that the wings wanted to float a little bit. But in general field conditions, like if I would have cut to the left or the right and went up the bean strip or the chiseled ground, this would have worked beautifully. You guys, I've already seen that on the other channel, How Farms Work, because this is what we used behind the 82 this spring for getting the oats ready for seeding. So it does still have a lot of uses around here, granted not as many, as long as we have that VT Earthmaster on the farm, because that Earthmaster is a very well capable machine, shall I say. The 630 I have kicked around in my mind about trading it or selling it off. Still very much on my mind. It needs some work to me. It does need some parts, and to put the amount of money that the parts are going to cost, we're talking $3,000 to $5,000 plus dollars, depending on what route I go. I have to have the machine mentally. I'd have to have it for at least 5 to 7 years to justify putting the parts into it, as opposed to running the disc as is or trading it off. Now, I don't know. As of right now, I don't have any immediate plans on getting rid of it. But as a farmer, you're always kicking around in your head what you can change, what to improve, where you should be putting your money. When I say that, it's not saying that I'm looking at my disc saying that I need to put $5,000 in this right now, otherwise it's no use to me. We still can use it very much so, but I don't know. It's just something that it's always kicked around in your mind, especially when you're operating this machinery. And I must be out of time. Well, this is what I just was able to put together for this video, guys. We got all our waterways in finally and worked down. Now we're focusing on seed bed prep and getting everything ready to go in the shed. So until tomorrow night, take care, take it easy, keep in touch. I'll see you then.